Good morning, everybody, and welcome back into Straight Talk here on Thunder Radio. And I've got probably the most famous man, and no, it's not you, Barry, with us in Coffee County these days. Kenny Delaney is with me. He is the most famous man in Coffee County. There is no doubt. There's more traffic that comes through his area right now than any other part of Coffee County, I believe.
Because
I think he beats Walmart right now.
Because of him, yeah.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
Well, Mr. Delaney is he is famous for one thing right now, and he's become a star this year: Christmas lights. And that's what we're talking about. Folks, if you have not been out on Old Airport Road, you need to, first of all. The display is unbelievable. It's at your home. And yes. You guys have put on a fabulous display of lights. But not only lights, but it's set to music.
Yes, sir.
And it is mind-boggling how you guys do this. I mean, it is absolutely perfect.
Thank you.
There's a song that talks about hearts, and there's hearts out there that beat to this. I mean, that it's amazing to me. I mean, I'm really just blown away by everything. First of all, Mr. Delaney, why in the world did you do this? Because I know it had to take a long time to do this.
Well, it's just it started as a childhood, I guess, something I enjoyed as a child, as all of my brothers and sisters enjoyed. And as I got older, I guess what really set it off for me was the famous video now on YouTube, the Wizards of Winter video. That just got it going for me, sort of sparked more of an interest to pursue this route with Christmas lights. And just from there, I guess it was just talking it over with the wife over the last several years and just saying, hey, you know, this might be a possibility. Hey, this is becoming a possibility. Hey, let's make it a reality.
We did it.
Yep.
First of all, I read this on Facebook. For everybody else, how many lights do you have?
We have over 110,000 lights.
And trust me, you can see it from a far distance.
Yeah, it's fun driving around all the back roads around our house because you can see it from different angles.
Well, Barry West is with us, County Commissioner Barry West. And Barry called me Saturday night, and he said, have you been? And I said, well, I've heard about it. I got an email on it. One of our listeners sent me an email, and I was like, no, I haven't been yet. And he goes, you've got to go. And it was like you got to go now. And I said, well, I'll get out there. And the more he talked, I thought, okay, so I had a 6-year-old, at the house, and I told her, want to go see Christmas lights, and she was all tore up. Well, some of her friends were over, so we had 6 little girls in the car with us.
Okay.
So we go out there, and everybody's like, Christmas lights, what? I see Christmas lights all the time. I said, well, I think this is going to be a little different. Well, they're all just in awe. Yeah. I mean, eyes lit up like a Christmas tree, and they're watching this, and they're like, wow, it's to the music. So they kind of figured that out because we had ranges in age of about 6 to 10-year-olds.
Yep.
And they were blown completely away. They just could not believe it. And so I thought, this is awesome. So Barry calls and he said, you're going to do an interview with him. I said, call him. So Barry gets on the phone, he calls you, and you've agreed to do this. So
the number one question was, how far out Old Airport Road? I said, you can't miss it. Where is it? You can't miss it.
And I just drove to it. I followed the lights.
Yeah.
I followed the light.
It's 1.3 miles, but yeah, you get down just a little bit past about the second curve, and you can start seeing our lights.
Yeah, it is unreal. Traffic backed up pretty good at times, so be patient. Don't do anything crazy when you're out there. Tune your radio when you get to the house to 103.9.
That's the only time you'll ever hear another radio station call letters.
Yes, exactly. I usually don't promote other radio stations. Ken, I just...
Well, it only broadcasts a couple 100 feet, so there's not much competition.
Well, did you have any inspiration in this? Did anything other than just going around watching Christmas lights as a kid? Did anything inspire you other than the video on YouTube that you saw?
Well, I really enjoy seeing people happy, doing things that just makes other people just have a better day and have a better holiday season and all that. There's a lot of problems going around right now. I mean, everybody knows it, and just whatever you can do to just in a way, make the world a better place kind of deal. I mean, I'm into that kind of thing. I really just like that kind of philosophy.
We have an in-house question for you.
Sure.
Clark Griswold. Did he have any inspiration to you?
Actually, not a bit. I mean, it's been years since I've watched that movie, and I guess I remember clips of it, but not really.
All right.
No fried cats.
All right. You have tons of lights, and for whatever reason, I don't know why I missed this, but on Saturday night I went, and I didn't see this, and I come back Sunday night, and I saw the big star on the side of the house.
Yep.
I don't know how I missed that.
Yep.
But my wife looks up there and she goes, "Look!" And I said, "How did we miss that?"
Yep. That's what I tell people. Most people, they'll approach the road from the west side, or approach our house from the west side, and that's one reason I stood out and directed traffic last night. Is all those people that were waiting on that side of the road. I said, hey, if you want, drive around all these vehicles, turn around up the road and come back. The view is much, much better if you come from the right side of the house, because you see the 24-foot star on the side of the house.
Huge.
And you see all the other elements of the yard that just simply aren't visible from the left side.
No, you can't see it.
We have a row of hedges and stuff, and it's coming up a hill, so there's just a couple of things that make it not as visible on the left side.
So the next question, and this was one I was definitely going to ask you. What about your electric bill? Are you scared?
No, it's not bad. You know what? For people that do big static displays where their lights are just constantly on, they actually have bigger bills than
the blinks.
Than us people who do the animation stuff. Because if you think about it, there's a small fraction of lights that are on at any given time, and so
that's true.
Maybe $100 to $200 extra for the whole season, but it's really not bad.
How has everybody been toward you, your friends that have come out and have watched this? I know there's been a lot of talk on Facebook and everything about it. So what about your friends, your neighbors? How have they felt about all this?
It's wonderful.
Have they said you're crazy for doing that?
No, I don't think I've gotten that. I've gotten some really
nice
nice
had to be a lot of
compliments.
work.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot of planning. That's the biggest part with this kind of thing, is just planning to make sure you know what all is necessary, and so at the last minute it's not just a banged up, half done show. How
in the world did you time things? I mean, that had to take forever to get that down.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. With the music, it's there's a software program that comes along with all the controllers that are used. There's 160 channels of Lightorama. It's a type of controller that is made for this kind of thing. But the software, you can break it down into whatever timings you want. And for me, in order to get the beats as accurate as I can, I actually break it down. Yeah, I actually break it down into 2/100ths of a second intervals. So for every second, I have 50 little blocks that I have to tell, every strand of lights to be on, to be off, to be dimming, to be doing whatever. And so for every single minute of music that you hear on the show, it takes, just a rough guesstimate, because boy, it's hard to tally this, but for every minute it takes about 8 to 16 solid hours of programming. So that's definitely the biggest time consuming part of this.
How many total minutes do you have? You said
I think around 12 minutes of the show.
I'd say that's
and
about
some
right.
songs are busier than others, like the Trans-Siberian Orchestra song, which
busy.
is most everybody's favorite. It was worth it to me to definitely, I'd say I spent on the upper range of 16 hours at least working on each minute there.
Okay,
but,
my question is, what do you do for a living?
By degree, I'm an electrical engineer. I worked out at the base for a couple of years, but I
You're not a computer whiz?
Well, I mean, electrical and computer, they sort of go hand in hand. So I've grown up with the whole computer game and, doing lots of just stuff on the computers.
Wow.
Just becoming familiar with it, but anyway.
Did your wife support you in all the time that you have to give?
Yeah, the wife is amazing.
Thank you, wife.
Tell you that.
Thank you, wife.
Thank you, wife. She's been so supportive, because I mean, it started last year, of course. If you're planning this kind of show, you've got to plan ahead enough to where the cost is going to be feasible for you. And for us, that meant last year after Christmas, especially when the sales hit 75% off, we went and hit every Walmart. As soon as we found out they were 75% off, we went from every Walmart between Manchester and Cookeville, cleared out every single bit of the lights that we could use from all those five or six Walmarts.
Smart move.
And it'll happen again this year.
Smart move.
Is this something you could package and sell?
Well,
or is that a plug-in type thing. Can you do that?
In a way, you can. Lightorama.com sells these controllers, and then along with those, they sell pre-built sequences, which is what you call the programmed, the synchronization to music. They sell them pre-packaged in a sense, but it's sort of hard to say that it's just a